Hello, everybody. I hope you all are doing well. Without wasting time, let's look into today's topic. Today's topic includes the SARFAESI Act and the analysis of it, its significance and its relevance, and all the other topics that is necessary to know when we know SARFAESI Act. A five-judge constitution bench has recently held that cooperative banks can use the SARFAESI Act for recovery of debts from its defaulters and can seize and sell their assets to recover their dues. Now, what all has it said later? It has also said that the Parliament has the legislative competence to provide for the procedure for recovery of loan under this Act. So, recovery of dues was held as an essential function of any banking institution, and thus Parliament has the legislative competence to provide for the procedure. Then it has also said that the cooperative banks that are registered under state laws are covered within the ambit of entry 45 of the union list, and the cooperative banks involved in the activities related to banking are covered under the banking company, which for the purpose of the BR Act 1949 and any other legislation applicable to banks under the RBI Act. Why is this judgment important? See, this judgment holds significance for the cooperative banks. Why? Because this judgment will help the cooperative banks in expediting the recovery of their bad loans using the provisions from the SARFAESI Act. Now, there are several things that we actually have to know before starting with what all this constitution has to say, what all this constitution bench has to declare. First of all is, what is this entry 45 that we are talking of? What is this SARFAESI Act that we are talking of? What is this cooperative bank that we are talking of? There are various doubts and clarity is required, so do watch the video till the end. See, first in the news is that the competence of the parliament to regulate the debt recovery procedure of the cooperative banks registered under the state specific act. These are the conflicting decisions by high courts that now the SC judgment has addressed. Another is whether this SARFAESI Act 2002 can be applied to these cooperative banks and question the validity. Let's see of what. See, it first of all questioned the validity of the central government notification in 2003 that had brought the cooperative societies within the purview of the SARFAESI Act, which brought it within the purview of the SARFAESI Act. So this is something that was done in 2003, and now when SC judgment is taking it away, the validity is questioned here. Another is, when in 2013 SARFAESI Act was amended, it included a multi-state cooperative banks within the meaning of a bank under this act. So now this has also been questioned. And petitioners are also questioning whether the cooperative banks, fall under the union list. The entry 45 that we were talking of, this entry 45, which is in the union list, and there is entry 32, which is in the state list for the cooperative societies. So what is this saying? This has questioned. Clarity was needed about the definition of banking company in the Banking Regulation Act of 1949, which covers all the cooperative banks. So these are the basic conflicting portions that has arisen. So entry 45 is in the union list that says that CBs fall under the union list. So these are the doubts. Let's first know what is the cooperative bank that we are talking of. What is this concept? See, cooperative banks are the customer-owned financial entities. These are the customer-owned financial entities. So they provide you for the financial part, but it is owned by the customer. So this is the customer owned, and it was established on a cooperative basis to provide a wide range of regular banking and financial services. Just note down that the cooperative societies that we know and the cooperative bank that is here, they are different on the part that cooperative societies was added by the 97th Constitutional Amendment Act, which we saw when we were doing the Indian polity portion of third chapter. So this cooperative society that is here is different. This is made to promote the services in the economy, to promote for the benefit of the social people. What is cooperative banks? This is to provide regular banking and financial services, and they are registered under States Cooperative Societies Act, or MSCS Act 2002. This is cooperative banks, and they also come under the ambit of the RBI under the two laws. What are those laws? Banking Regulations Act of 1949 and the Banking Laws Act 1955. Now see, we now know that SC has held that cooperative banks can use this SARFA-AC Act. So now we knew about what is this address bringing the conflict with the High Court conflict decisions that were there, as in the competence of the Parliament, how can they regulate the debt recovery procedure, and also whether SARFA-AC Act can be applied to these cooperative banks considering the central government notification that we saw and the amendment of the SARFA-AC Act in 2013, which brought MSCB under it. Now when MSCB is under it, and now we know that MSCB was added under the SARFA-AC Act by the amendment in 2013. So now the controversy is, when this have been added here, how can the Parliament regulate the debt recovery procedure when this was there by the High Court decision, and now Supreme Court has said that no, cooperative banks can use this SARFA-AC Act to recover their debts from the defaulters and seize and sell their assets to recover dues. So this was it. Now we need to know what is this SARFA-AC Act that we are talking of. What is this? And then we'll know how is it beneficial to cooperative banks to recover their debt, to recover their dues, and to enhance their functioning. See, when I say SARFA-AC, SARFAESI, this is securitization and reconstruction of financial assets and enforcement of security interest, and this was done in 2002 that it was brought to the Constitution. Why was this act framed? It was framed to address the problems of the non-performing assets or the bad assets of the banks or the financial institutions through different mechanisms. Also, it allows only the secured creditors, that is the lenders whose loans are backed by a security such as mortgage, to take possession over a collateral security if the debtor defaults in repayment. So we can see when the lenders are providing a mortgage, there is a collateral security, there is secured creditors, then the loan gets higher chances to be repaid. So this is something that SARFA-AC Act helps in, and thus if cooperative banks follow this, we'll know that yes, SARFA-AC Act has helped cooperative banks in getting back the payment, because the creditors will get secured even here. So what is this act doing? See, this act is providing us for the procedure for registration and regulation of the asset reconstruction company, and allows them to carry out the business of asset reconstruction. What is asset reconstruction? It is an activity of converting these NPAs into performing assets. So what's happening is that they can acquire financial assets from banks and try to recover dues through measures such as proper management of the business from the borrower that they have done, or the sale or lease of a part of the whole of the business from the borrower that they have, and the scheduling of payment of debts payable. So we can see what is the hold of SARFA-AC Act in bringing out the loans. First of all, we are going for secured creditors, and after that they also have the registration and regulation of the ARC, and thus we can see that how they can reconstruct their asset by using the leasing or by the sale, by management of the business of the borrower, somehow rescheduling of payment of debts payable are done from the SARFAESI Act. So cooperative banks will definitely benefit. They can also regulate their ARC by securitization. What is this? It is a process of converting. It converts the existing loans into marketable securities. We actually saw on our last video what is this marketable securities and the non-marketable securities. So marketable securities by ARCs through issue of security receipts. So this is actually helpful and beneficial. Then we see that there is enforcement of security interest by lenders without even the intervention of the court. So after giving a notice for a period of 60 days to the defaulting borrowers, banks or these institutions can take possession of the pledged assets of the borrower that might have been mortgaged by them, or they can take over the management of such assets, or they can appoint any person to manage them so that the business can improve, or vice versa, and they ask the debtors of the borrowers to pay their dues with respect to the asset. So this is also there. There is also creation of central registry by the central government for the purposes of registration, then securitization, transaction and reconstruction. So this purpose is seen, and then reconstruction of the financial assets and the creation of security interest is done via the central registry. So creation of a central registry also is a part of the SARFAESI Act. They also have application against measures to recover the secured debt, and what is here? They can be filed by the borrowers or lenders with the debt recovery and with appeal to the debts recovery appellate tribunal, which is established under the Recovery of Debts Due to Banks and Financial Institutions Act 1993. So application against measures to recover secured debts are also there, and then provisions of this act are not applicable to a lot of places. Let's see what. See, provisions of this act are not applicable to any security interest created in agricultural land. So any security interest created in agricultural land is not under this provision. Then any case in which amount due is less than 20% of the principal amount and the interest. So this is another provision. And then any security interest for securing repayment of any financial asset less than 1 lakh rupees. So these are the provisions that is not involved in the SARFAESI Act, and thus we see that the SARFAESI Act, we've known about the SARFAESI Act, we saw cooperative banks, we saw all the basic portions that can be relevant for our exam through the news that the Supreme Court has held with the rules. This is it with this video. I hope you liked today's video. Do like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Let's meet soon again.